Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today's Monday, January 29th. It is 6:25 right now. Market's gonna open in about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly. Sorry for starting late. It's got a couple, like I took a ton of messages here right before the live, so I had to respond to everybody. I've lost track of time. So I'm just gonna set this up real quick and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. And it looks like we are good to go. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, links being sent out. And it looks like we're good to go. All right, so as people join in, I will start marking up liquidity over here on the daily chart. Going down to the 8-hour. Down to the 4-hour. Down to the 2-hour. Down to the 1-hour. Down to the 30-minute. Down to the 15. Down to the 10. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, so looking over here at the liquidity chart, first level of liquidity is going to be above over here at 38,254, and the lower level is going to be down here at 38,215. So there goes the first two levels of liquidity right there. This will probably get hit pre-market, but we'll see what happens here on open. Here is our clean chart. I'm going to mark up 6:30 right there, mark up 8 o'clock. See if there's any structure here on the 4-hour time frame. So we got structure above right there, we got structure below right here. Going down to the 1-hour. That's pretty much it. Looks like price is currently in the 4-hour resistance right here at the moment. We're getting a huge spike right here on open. There goes opening price. Again, you guys probably want to be careful today. Today is Monday, coming back from the weekend, so let's be a little more patient. So we got opening price right there. Market is now open. I'll mark up opening price right here as well. It's currently at the sessions and at the 4-hour resistance. Where's Maddie at? Is Maddie here? All right, Maddie. So Maddie, I'll use this chart over here. Guys, I know it's gonna be hard to ignore this and disregard this, but me and Matt are testing out this new breakout strategy that I came up with over the weekend. I'm not gonna tell you guys the requirements because it's in its testing phase. But if I do see it here, I'll mark it up. If anybody wants to take it, I don't recommend you guys do take it yet. Maybe like look at us, apply it a couple times, and then maybe think about taking it. But yeah, this chart right here is just going to be for that specific strategy that we're kind of looking at and testing. So I'll use this chart right here, Maddie, the one with the red tab. So it looks like you'll be looking for a buy here. We'll come back and take a look for that retracement. I think I'll use my TFF accounts for this one just to test it out. But it's fine. So this chart over here we'll be using as our regular chart, of course, our main chart. And then for this, me, Maddie will be looking at this as the other one. Maddie, the entry is coming up right here. See it? Oh, actually, no, sorry. We need the break. It's not going to be this one. Yeah, we've gone a little too far. So we need the break in between the first one. Yeah, exactly. We need the space. So once we're done testing this, the problem with the strategy is that it has to be forward tested, but I've tested it a lot over the weekend and it has like a very, very, very high win rate. So for breakout type strategy. So me and Matt are going to forward test it. Obviously, there's no actual entries here for us. So this is why we have free time in between to look at this breakout entry. Yeah, I mean, it looks good, Maddie. Momentum's bullish, trend's bullish. And we'll see where this goes. We just need that space in between. All right, guys. So looking over here at the chart for today on the news, we have news at 7:30, and that's about it. So I'm going to go and mark it up over here on our main chart. So we got news over here at 7:30. All right, man. It's not looking so great, right? Well, it's fine. We just got to wait for the gap. We need the space. These are all touching the pivot, so it's not going to be useful for us. We'll come back to it though. Anyways, so here's liquidity, guys. You guys can see the first levels of liquidity over here got hit. Pretty much all of them went straight to full TP. So if you got this first level right here, full TP. If you guys got the second level, also full TP. Third level right there looks like it's still maybe running or already hit TP. But these first two levels over here already got hit. So yeah, Matt, if you can keep an eye on it, just make sure, and then I'll take a look when it does. Thanks for helping me with this. All right, so we got pretty much all levels of liquidity here hit, except for the top one. Top one's still running, but the first level right here, second level, third level right here, all full TPs. If you guys took any of these levels of liquidity that I marked up here pre-market. So if you guys took those, solid work. If you guys didn't, it's completely fine. We will continue to look for any official entries here. In order for us to get it, we need structure on the bottom, which we don't have yet. So you guys are not missing out on any entries here at the moment. We got the space, Maddie. So now if it retraces down. It's like 20 seconds left on this candle, Maddie. So we got a lot of time. All right. So again, guys, there's no entries for us right now. News is at 7:30. That's pretty much it. We'll be looking at this over here with Maddie. Nothing there, Maddie. And also, guys, for this week here, just keep in mind that it is NFP week. I think that's earnings week too for some companies. Yeah, Rashida said it's earnings and NFP. Thanks, Rashida, for the heads up. So this is NFP week. This is technically the first week of February for the market. So NFP is going to be on Friday. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what we're looking at. So with it being NFP week, it could be either a good thing, bad thing, or just a neutral market. You guys have seen this last month for January. It was pretty crappy. The market was kind of sideways like the entire time. Not like it was last year. Last year was like super volatile. So just keep that in mind, guys. With it being NFP, you want to be a little careful, a little more selective with the trade that you guys decide to take because there's just a lot of uncertainty with regard to like where price will go. Yeah, I'm curious if price is at a new alt. It's getting close to that all-time high again. So what I'm going to do here is I'll mark, I don't really need to mark it because we already have the sessions right there. But basically the green sessions up there is going to be the all-time high if price does end up coming up higher. So I mean, it's making another climb for it, but we'll see. When time comes. So there's still no entries here for us. Again, the thing that we're looking for here, guys, is we're looking for price to retrace down. We want price to retrace down, establish a V1 variation, and continue climbing up. If we have that, we can take it as a breakout V3 continuation to the upside. There's only two official strategies that we're looking at during these live sessions. It's the V1 variation with confluence and breakout V3 continuation with confluence. So for the first setup here, if we have price come down, establish a V1 variation and a continued climb, that's going to be the breakout V3 continuation that we're looking for. This is the pattern. Otherwise, we'll be looking for price to come down, provide a V1 variation down here, and provide a W like this. Right? So we just need price to come down, establish a V1 variation type pattern, and have this, climb up higher. That's pretty much what we're looking for here. Yeah, Maddie said notice that every Monday is bullish. Yeah, typically, usually it is, for the most part, unless there's like some other news event that's kind of pushing price down. So if there's anything that you guys want to look for, like on Mondays, typically buys. Like if you want to look for liquidity and it goes to the upside, typically it's going to hit. Here goes all the liquidity here, full TPs across the board. So if you guys took any of the liquidities here that I marked up this morning, they all hit full TP. Whether you took this lower level, second level, third level, fourth level, they all hit full TP. All right, Maddie. So again, we're just going to wait for this here to come back down. Looks like it might be setting up soon. I just want to keep an eye on it. So I'll just take this on my TFF accounts because, I mean, for my MT4 accounts, guys, I don't really care too much about them anymore. So for the most part, I'm coming up with like more speculative, more riskier but profitable strategies. And I'll probably just use my MT4 accounts for those. I'm leaning towards Apex. So I think Apex is going to be where all my good trades are going to be at, like the quality trades. And then for TFF, for the most part, I'm just going to be using my riskier trades and stuff like that. So we'll see here if it closes, Maddie. Does not look like it's going to. Yeah, nothing there. So it's fine. You can still take the next one. So maybe this one over here, Maddie. Let's see. Drew said he's been taking 25 points for the buy on Mondays if it looks good right before market open with a buy momentum, and it's been hitting almost every week. Nice work, Drew. Yeah, no, it's a solid thing to look at too. So that's kind of what you guys can use. Like if you guys see some sort of pattern that happens on certain days, like on Mondays, especially when the market's bullish, you can work with that, right? There's always so many different opportunities with the patterns because it happens so often, especially if you have the indicators because they kind of give you a storyline of like what's to happen or what's going to happen. All right, there's no V1 patterns here yet, so we're still looking. So here's our main chart, guys. We're looking for a V1 variation pattern. So we're looking for a double body or double wick. There's a low right here, but there's no double body or double wick. So there's no opportunity there for the confluence that we need for our official entry. So there's nothing here yet. Again, like I mentioned, we're just going to be a little patient here for this chart over here with the red tab, me, Maddie, or chart testing out this. It's not really a new breakout strategy. It's just a different entry point. It's very similar to what we've been applying. It's just a different entry point. Using the same criteria. We confirm the trend, we confirm momentum, and we're just looking for an entry point here. So just to, if you guys are joining late, this chart over here is basically going to be used for strategies that I'm forward testing during the live sessions. I wish I could do it without you guys here, but I can't because it needs to be done during live market conditions. So anything that happens on this red chart is all speculative, guys. I don't recommend you guys follow any of this stuff until it's been fully tested and until it's been released to you guys. But everything here is going to be testing. This is going to be our main chart. Green chart is going to be our clean chart. Orange is going to be the liquidity. And that's pretty much that. So just keep that in mind. Green is clean. Orange is liquidity. Red is, it's red because it's speculative and it's stuff that we're testing. And blue is going to be our main chart that we're typically doing all of our official entries on. This might be setting up right here, Maddie. It's going to take one, maybe two of my TFFs, and I'll just see how they play out. So this isn't an official entry, guys. This is just an entry that me and Maddie are testing. And it looks like it is good. Oh, fuck, man, dude. Sorry, guys. That was it entered super late, Maddie, because I switched to my TFF and then it ended up, and for some reason I don't have any TP. I'm gonna have to exit this manually. Yeah, I'll just watch it. For some reason, I'm using the DOM and it didn't set my TP stop loss for whatever reason. I just gotta watch it. I mean, it's fine. It's on my TFF, so whatever happens with it happens. But I haven't traded on something other than my my FTMO in a long time. So I haven't even used this as a DOM in forever. But for some reason, the TP stop loss didn't come up. But again, guys, this is just something that's being tested. So I don't recommend people follow this yet, until we've kind of really fully tested it. But there's no official entries right now. So we have a trade that's running, but it's not an official entry. There's no V1 pattern over here, so there's nothing that we can take here necessarily. We're just following a strategy that me and Maddie are kind of testing. We're going to be forward testing it for a couple months. It's like a variation to the breakout strategies that we've been applying, which has been pretty decent, pretty solid. I gotta set a TP here somewhere. I'm trying to figure out where to set my TP though, Maddie. I'll watch it manual. I'll just pull out when it hits. So it looks like it's going to right there. All right, so we just gotta let it play through. Yeah, because the momentum is going to be the key part there, Maddie. If we get a momentum, then it's going to be a breakout V3 continuation, and it'll just keep climbing up higher. There's another rejection, so it looks like it'll probably push up even higher from there. All right, now I just got to manually watch it. So again, guys, there's no entries here right now. This here is a strategy. It's a breakout strategy that me and Maddie are testing. Looks like it's about to hit full TP. That buy signal would be good. So it's rejecting off the pivot, which is a good sign. Plus, if we get the buy signal, even better. Plus, if we get another green candle after it, that'll be a breakout V3. No confluence, but a breakout V3. And it looks like it should probably climb up even higher from there. And this trade's not going to count towards the official entries, guys. Just keep it in mind. There's no official strategy here. This is just one that me and Maddie are testing. And this is kind of taking at our own risk. That's why I'm only taking it on certain accounts, because I don't know for sure yet if this is one of the strategies that I'll continue to, obviously apply here. I just hate watching it. I wish I had the TP on the chart, but then it's kind of too late for me to set it up right now. I'm just going to do it manually. This price pushes up. I know, CSIG, right? CSIG said if that repeats even during NFP, insane. So we kind of just need that buy signal. Well, A rejection off the pivot continuation would be nice. Buy signal would be nice. Breakout V3 continuation would be nice. There'd be a lot of situations here that would be nice to continue up higher, which I do expect it will. But again, guys, here's our main chart. We don't have any entries here. The V1 pattern didn't come up. We had a low here, but no V1 pattern. So it's kind of what we're waiting for over here. Looking for a V1 pattern to come up so that we can get that double bottom type rejection, or we can just get the bottom established. Bottom hasn't been established yet. So once we get that bottom established, we can climb it up higher. Okay, here is our clean chart. You guys can see price is currently in the 4-hour resistance zone. It's pretty big. It's a huge area right here. If this becomes a case and it gets in the way, then we might just, let me see if I go down to the 1 hour, see if there's any other structure here that I can draw that's a little cleaner. Because it's just too messy here, like where it's just too big of a zone where we can't really see too much. Because this 4-hour zone is huge. Go down to the 1 hour right here. Yeah, there's not really much I can do because we can't establish this as a zone yet until it's been pretty much set. Looking over here on the 1 minute, it is okay. So I'll try to draw more zones within here, and if we get a better structure within, then I'll just take off the 4-hour zone because we can't really see much here. You guys can see it's just stuck within the 4-hour zone here, which is not really helpful for us because we can't see structure. I mean, obviously you guys can see structure here, but it's not the structure that we're looking for because it's kind of clumped up within this area. So this whole area is a 4-hour resistance. But also if we have any structure here that builds up, then I'll just take this off and I'll draw 1 minute resistance support. But for right now, I'll just leave it as is. So this V1 pattern, or actually, sorry, it looked like a V1 pattern was setting up right here, but it's, I guess, not. However, this might be the lower low for the 1 minute, and price might just start to range within this area. So the trade's still running, Maddie. Again, I'm just gonna let it run because I just gotta give it time. It's the only way we'll see how this works through live execution and forward testing. Yeah, Maddie, so this breakout looks like it's to bounce back up, just came back down to open and wicked off. Yeah, I can see it too, Maddie. Sisu said you guys will have to hold it for a bit. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm glad I only took it on like my TFF accounts because I don't really care about those accounts. Yeah, I mean, we'll see the ATR is currently kind of low right now. Yeah, the ATR is actually really low right now. It's currently 13. I didn't realize it was this low until you guys mentioned it. It's pretty low for a Monday, especially with this big push right here. I was expecting there to be more volatility. Back to that trade, still running right here. What I'll do here is I'll set an alert so that I can come back and take a look at it. Because I don't have a TP, I don't have a TP that's set up. Oh, I set alerts here. Let's say this real quick, refresh. Yeah, because I don't have a TP set up on my trading on my MetaTrader. So I can just come back to it. I don't have to keep looking at it. All right, so I got an alert right there. It's coming right back up. Well, I guess it's fine because you don't have any entries here anyways. So you guys can see there's no V1 pattern here. Price is still climbing up. We might get a breakout V3 continuation. No confluence, but breakout V3 continuation on its own. I mean, if this is the case, man, this might be the breakout V4. I don't want to keep having variations kind of spread out. I'll probably just call it something different. But yeah, it is pushing up right there. Maddie said higher time frames look good, should push up, but it might be a while. 80% short. Yeah, Daniel said if this momentum closes, it'll be a high level momentum with trend. Yeah, all right, guys. So there's a lot of confluences right here. There's a high level momentum scalp that's currently running. There's a lower low here. This buy signal broken flows past pivots 1 and 2. So I do think price will continue climbing up higher. If this closes with a green candle, this will be a breakout V3 continuation. So it's going to be like almost like a triple confluence with 3 different strategies. There's a pivot scalp over here. There's a high low momentum scalp, and then if this green candle closes, it's going to be a breakout V3 continuation. Also a breakout V3. There's no official entries here because the confluence isn't met, but it's just 3 different strategies that are kind of lined up right here in this area. So we just got to keep watching it. It's going to take a while. The ATR is super low, so it is pushing up. But again, I am watching my TFF over here to see as it pushes up higher. Again, it's my TFF, so I don't really care about it. I'm just taking the trades, letting them run to TP. I do have to figure out my DOM because my DOM is kind of screwed up right now. I don't know why it's not coming up with my TP stop loss. I gotta figure it out. My whole computer is kind of laggy. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's MT4, but whenever I click on any of these tabs on MT4, it like lags a bit. Full TP, Maddie. There we go. Full TP on that breakout strategy right there. The strategy is really good. So I've been testing on the strategy, guys, over the weekend. This is why I'm okay with testing it on the live, because I've tested this for the entire month of January. There's 1 loss for the entire month, which is crazy. I think I calculated almost like 30, almost 40 points. So I was doing the math and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like this trade over here was 2,000, right? I made 2,000 on my TFF off this trade. And it's a big move. It's a 1-to-1. It's a really good risk reward. It's pretty solid. So I was thinking about it, I multiply this by because I think there's 13 wins that I counted for January with the data that I have. That'd be 26,000 times 2 accounts. That's 52,000 right there off a breakout type strategy. I don't know if I'd be able to take this with all my accounts. I mean, maybe I could, maybe I can't, but yeah, played out perfect. So I'll continue testing this, guys. This red tab over here is going to be the tab that I use for testing strategies. I just went down a rabbit hole. So over the weekend, I just was like, because there's so many Instagram gurus, right, that are doing breakout entries. I was like, how are these guys making so much money with these breakouts? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna dig into it, and I figured out different breakouts that I can apply myself. So I'll be testing a lot of different breakout strategies. Whatever works the best, we'll move up to the official strategies. So probably for the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, I'll be testing mainly this breakout strategy. So if you guys want to follow it, you guys can, but it's not going to be an official trade and it's not going to count as an official entry. So if you guys want to test it out with me, I'm using my TFFs because if I blow my TFFs, I'm like, whatever, I'll open another one. It's $500 to open a TFF. But the risk to reward here, is huge because if I can do this, like for example, if I could do this and I can make actually it's not even 2,000, it's 2,500. So I can make 2,500 per account because it's 250 pips. It's not the normal 100. If I could do this times 4, that's like 10,000 in a day. This is how much I would make with like 10 Apex accounts for one trade. So I think I'll use my MT4 accounts for just like these types of riskier strategies, and then my Apex for my official trading. I think that works out. So I'm not trying to enter both trades at the same time. But yeah, if you guys took it, nice work. I wish I would have called this as an official trade because we'd be up super huge for the week, but it's okay. Back to our normal setup. So I'm done with this. The breakout strategy happens once a day. And this is what I like about the breakout strategy, is that it happens once a day and it happens super quick. So nice work, Maddie. Thanks for helping me on that, and Suk and everybody else who had some input. Back to our normal chart here, our main chart. We're going to look for price to come back down, provide some sort of reversal pattern, so it can take something like this. So price is currently up and establishing a higher high right here. We're looking for price to come back down, establish a V1 pattern, and then possible continuation over here for the breakout V3 continuation. The breakout V3 also ran right here, but there was no confluence, so we couldn't take it as an official entry. So if you guys took this here as well, the breakout V3 is technically still running right now. So looks good. Yeah, I'm all about making money, guys. So I spent this whole weekend watching videos of like how like Instagram gurus trade and stuff, and I'm like, this stuff doesn't make any sense. So I was like, I'm gonna figure out something that does make sense. And I just basically made a small variation to what we were already applying. I just use different indicators, right? Sometimes I'll use the momentum, sometimes I'll use the pivot, sometimes I'll use the trend meter. Like I mentioned, I've been trading for so long that I can pretty much decipher any strategy. Like if someone's trading a strategy, I can just see how they're applying it and I can figure out what they're doing to put that strategy together, right? And I just watched a bunch of videos from like a lot of Instagram people or YouTube people, and a lot of their strategies just don't make sense. Or like during the videos, they don't really tell you what they're doing. They kind of just show you profits and like, oh yeah, I did this, that, and the other. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense. So I try to make everything logical, right? I look for price to come up, retrace, continuation back up. Super simple, trend following type strategy like all of ours. And I'm just going to keep fine tuning it for the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. So you guys will see this applied pretty much every day if you guys want to take this breakout. It's not going to be an efficient strategy, but well, hopefully it will be eventually. But the wins continue. I think for that strategy now, it has, I'm going to do the math over here, Maddie. I'm going to add another one. Fuck, I don't even have the spreadsheet on here. The from Friday, it was already at like, I think a 96% win rate. Now it's probably a little bit higher. And that's for January, like the whole month of January, which is crazy. All right, let's see. Rashida said, I kind of don't want this V3 to hit. I want it to come down to give another entry. Yeah, same here, Rashida. I want price to come, like I want it to range a bit because that V3 is still technically running, right? It's going to take a while for it to hit because the volatility is so low. So this is the breakout V3 on its own. This is a breakout V3. Rashida said she wants it to kind of come down a little bit, which is what I want as well. I want price to come down, establish a V1, and then come back up, right? So that we can get into it. So it's kind of what I'm looking for right there as well. The ATR just gets lower and lower though, as you guys can see, it's down at 11. I haven't seen the ATR this low since like the holidays, which is crazy. I'm surprised it's that low. It looks like the market's moving, guys, but it's actually not moving very much. If you measure each candle, it's moving like, yeah, less than 10 points. So it's barely moving right here. Yeah, Drew said these indicators are clutch when analyzing these breakouts. Yeah, I know they help a lot, guys, because you guys can see, like, if you guys didn't have my indicators over here, like if I took everything off the chart, you guys wouldn't even know what to look at, right? You'd be so confused about like, okay, what am I looking at here? But the indicators here, they make all the difference. Like I was telling you guys, I've told you guys this before, you don't have to apply my strategies. You guys can have your own strategy, but my indicators will give you a blueprint of like what to look for because it kind of just gives you a storyline. Price pushes up, you see price come back to the pivots, and then it corrects back up. We already knew price was bullish. So this is just a perfect trend following setup. It's just my indicators made things so much easier for you guys to identify so that you can just hop into it. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of this so that we can document it. I'll put it in my official profits, but again, it's not going to count as an official trade. I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys. I'm not going to just try to pad my trades. I don't need to do that. But it's good to have here so that you guys can follow through with like whatever that we're following. So, I forgot what I call this strategy, Maddie. Let me see if I go to my spreadsheet real quick. Again, there's no entries, or actually there's an entry right here, guys. So there's a V1 pattern right here. There's no entry, but there's a V1 pattern right there. Yeah, if I'm all set for the Insta gurus, it makes sense only when they lose the trade. Yeah, exactly. Which they never post, right? Like I always find it crazy how like there's people on Instagram and YouTube that like they say they live trade, but they don't live trade. They only post up a video like maybe once a month or once every couple of weeks of like these big wins. I just find that being super unrealistic, right? It's not really realistic. Like if you're doing that every single day, you should be the richest person in the world at that point. Like for us, we're winning every day, but we're not winning huge profits. We're winning like small profits here and there. But I see people who lock in like it's crazy how much profit they lock in. I mean, yeah, sometimes people get lucky and they have hot streaks, but being 100% every single day is not realistic. Unless you're taking like what we're doing and we're taking the, low-hanging fruit that that is possible, but we're not making like 100,000 a day or something like that. It's probably possible if you had a huge account, but yeah, Camel said I hate when people say live trade. Yeah, me too. When people say they live trade and I look at their page and they don't live trade, they just post a repost of like a recap of what they did for the day. That's not live trading. And the thing with me is I do this completely free. Like I do it for transparency. I don't do it to show off. I literally do it for like just documentation purposes so that we can rewatch these live sessions, in the future if ever to become necessary. Um, all right, so we got V1 patterns on both sides right here. Price is obviously ranging right here at the moment. It's going back and forth. Ranging, consolidating, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Martha. Martha said she saw on Instagram we would make 100K in one trade. I said, there's no way. Yeah, the crazy thing with MT4 is that, and this is why a lot of people are not really posting crazy profits as they used to, is because MT4 you can buy out, like you can buy out a server. When I was going to start my prop firm, and I was telling you guys about this before, I was working with a couple companies um, that had servers on MT4, right? You can rent a server on MT4 for like 10,000 bucks, which is super cheap if you can imagine how much money these Instagram gurus are making. Um, I have like receipts. I have like email correspondence with a lot of these brokers that you just got to pay them like some money here and there, and they'll open up a server for you where you can kind of just edit everything, which is like super crazy. So my rule of thumb is if you guys want to vet somebody if they're like legitimate or not, have them live trade, but have them live trade for like a long period of time, for like at least a month. Have them live trade every day for 30 days and then see how they trade, see their analysis, see if they like actually know what they're talking about or what they're doing. That's the only way to really see if somebody's legitimate in the trading space. I wouldn't really focus on profits too much. I don't even like showing my own profits. I'd rather show you guys like the actual trading analysis, how things are done, um, to prove that I can trade. Which at this day and age, I don't really care to prove anything to anybody. I just like trading, so I'll trade. The profit is from trading is just a big plus, but for the most part, I actually like trading. I don't like showing off profits and stuff like that. But all right, let me go back over here, Maddie. I think let me pull up my spreadsheet for the breakouts. What did I call this strategy? Oh, okay. Here, I'll just so we'll just call it PRB, Maddie. I'll call it PRB for now, just so I'm not giving away too much. Just so we have a document. So PRB strategy testing full TP. I'll just call it that for now, Maddie. All right, so this V1 pattern over here got invalidated. Looks like there might be a new one right here, which is fine as well. All right, so we got this right here. Let me take a screenshot of those profits real quick.
Hey, what's up, traders? James Sixsmith, CEO of Take Profit Trader, and I want to introduce you.
One sec. All right. Sorry, guys. I forgot to mute my YouTube. Just pull up YouTube stream in case there was questions there. So I just saw that advertisement from Take Profit Trader. I don't know if anybody's used Take Profit Trader. That's another one that I'm looking at to add on to my Apex. I think so. It might be Take Profit Trader and Top Step. Those are probably the two main ones that I'm looking at once I max out my Apex accounts. All right, so we have the breakout, or sorry, we have the V1 pattern right here, guys. If we have a breakout V3 continuation, that's what we're looking for here. I'll probably take it. Again, we have to wait for this tier to actually come up, but we're going to be patient for this here to play through. Man, it's funny. Ever since I've been like doing a lot of research on like these other funny companies and just like my rabbit hole that I went through over the weekend, I've been getting so much advertisement for these random trading companies. The algorithm's crazy. They really want to keep you in that rabbit hole. Like once you start looking at something, you just get a bunch of videos related to what you were looking for. And and it's just crazy. It just doesn't stop. FF is asking, funded any accounts with Apex yet? Not myself, because I'm doing it slow. As you guys know, I'm taking it very, very slow, very low risk, very low and super conservative. And it's only been like 2 weeks FF, so you can't really expect someone to be funded that quickly unless you're taking some YOLO trades. There's a lot of people in the group who are funded with Apex, but myself personally, I'm not doing it like that. I'm not trying to pass super quick. I'm taking my time with it. Um, So it's going to take me a while. I have to do at least, I think, 15 wins for me to pass my Apex. There's only been like, I don't know how many trades we've taken since I started using Apex, maybe like 3 or 4. So it's going to be a long while until I get funded on Apex. So that's why I'm kind of still trading on my other accounts, my MC4s for now, because that's where the money's coming in from, right? I'm getting paid out through my MC4 accounts or my TFF, FTMO, etc. But yeah, there's a lot of people in the group who are funded with Apex and they've gotten payouts and I've seen the banks deposit and stuff like that. So that's why I use them because I trust that they do, that they're legitimate. But I'm not going to rush it, especially because of because I have like 10 accounts, right? So I have 10 accounts and once I get funded on those accounts, I have to pay the activation fee, which is a lot. It's like 280 per account. So for example, if I pass 20 accounts in like one, which I can afford, but I'm not looking to dump all my money into that there. So like, for example, I have 20 accounts times 280. I gotta pay 5,600 in activation fees. So you guys gotta be smart about it. So I'm staggering my accounts. Um, it's just, I don't feel like dumping all my, like getting funded and then paying all this to activate it. And then from there, I start to go like out of my trading plan. And then you could like easily lose the accounts. So you can get funded, get activated, and then possibly lose the accounts. It's easier if you do like a couple accounts. So right now I'm doing, I think 8 at the moment. So I'm doing 8 Apex accounts. They're kind of building their way up. And then from there, I'll add on like another 8 or 10 counts. And then once I'm maxed out, then I'll start looking at other funding companies. All right, so let's see. Currently right here, we do have a possible breakout V3 continuation that is setting up. We have the V1 pattern down here. So you have the V1 pattern right here, price is climbing up. There's a buy signal right here. I think the original breakout V3 already hit, right? Let me measure real quick. Yeah, so the original breakout V3 over here already got hit. That's where it came up, buy signal, green candle. There's the setup. And right here is the next breakout V3 continuation if this candle closes green. So if this candle closes green, this will be the breakout V3 continuation. Again, the volatility is super low right now. Just got to wait for this candle here to close. If it closes green, it's got to like for sure close green. It can't be like this where it just keeps bouncing around and it's turned into a doji and it kind of disappears. Like it's got to for sure be a green candle. We have 20 seconds left on this here. So unless it's like for sure up here and it's green, I'll take it. If not, then I'm probably just gonna hold off on it. Because I don't want to be stuck in a position that I don't want to be in, of course. So we've got, let's see, 5 seconds left on this candle. I don't know if this will close. It's not looking like it. Nope. So there's no green candle there, guys, unfortunately. So there's no breakout V3 continuation. All right, back to our waiting game. I think if this is the case, we might have to opt in with this breakout strategy that we've been testing. I mean, it's all good, guys. You know, as I mentioned, this is part of the game. It's part of being disciplined and consistent with your trading. I'm following the trading plan, right? My trading plan is to take two official entries or two official strategies, which have not come up. So once the entry comes up, I'll take it. But I'm kind of glad that we're now testing this breakout strategy over here. That's really good. So that we kind of have something on the back burner over here as well to take on my other accounts. So anyways, here's my profits for that trade. So the trade that I took earlier, this is what I took on two of my TFFs. I just took on two of my TFFs just to kind of test it out, feel the move for it. Obviously I got in super late, so I didn't get my full TP. I was supposed to make 2,500 on this trade. I made 1,561 for 250 pips. So this is my profit that I locked in from this breakout strategy trade that I was testing out right here. So this is a trade we took, and this is the profit I took on two TFFs. I mean, now that I've kind of gotten a taste for it, I might take this on like the rest of my TFFs. I think as of now, I'm not going to take anything risky on my FTMO. I might just leave those accounts alone for now, and I'll just use my TFFs to basically milk this strategy. Because I mean, it's pretty good. If I can lock in, you know, 2,500 per account, I mean, I'd be happy with that. That's pretty solid. And just breakout strategy once a day, 1-to-1. I think it's pretty solid. So here are our T profits for the day. We have Kayshawn over here with a total profit of about 300 floating right now. Nice work, Kayshawn. We have Rashida here with a total profit of 1,079. Nice work, Rashida. We've got Craig here, total profit of about well over 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Craig, all wins. On his trade ovate, we have David here, total profit of 37.18. All wins there, David. We've got Craig's FTMO accounts, total profit of 3,147. Nice work, Craig. We have Drew here with a total profit of 19,211. Nice work, Drew. Yeah, it's crazy. Take those trades on open. So huge profits for the day of 19,000 across all of Andrew's Apex accounts. We have Andreas here with a total profit of 1,020. Nice work, Andreas. Looks like a lot of you guys took that breakout trade with me. And Kenneth over here with a total profit of 2,840 for the day. All wins. Nice work, Kenneth. All right, guys, solid profit so far. We have Jeff here as well, total profit of 510. All wins. And we have Maddie over here with a total profit of 6,545 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. Maddie took it on its Apex. I was tempted to take it, Maddie. I should have, but it's all good. I think for the next one, I'll probably test it out. We have Eunice over here with a total profit of 470 for the day. Nice work, Eunice. And then we have Ross over here with a total profit of 7,632. Nice work, Ross. All right, guys, great profits for the day so far on a Monday, right? There's no official entries for us here, unfortunately. You know, the market's kind of slow. It is what it is. The ETR is super slow for a Monday and for today in general. But here's the good thing. The good thing is that we have a lot of wins that are hitting today, right? So this is basically a preview of the week. As you guys know, for NFP is either going to be really good or really bad, or just stale, right? Just flat. It's looking really good so far. So if the market continues to push really nicely today, push nicely tomorrow, I think the rest of the week is going to be great. You know, it's going to be a huge profit week for us, which is kind of how we play it through. You have to like use Monday and Tuesday for a feeler to see how the market's moving, if the market's really doing what you want it to. And then if it does well on Monday, Tuesday, then it's typically going to continue doing well Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as well. So I'm pretty excited for the breakout. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited for this strategy. I can't wait till tomorrow to do this again. And just kind of play through. I mean, obviously I'm going to make some adjustments to it as time goes along, but I'm pretty excited for this strategy. You know, just getting a little taste of it today, I think was pretty nice. I think this was kind of risk. It kind of threw me off a little bit whenever it trades down because it typically goes right away. But again, we didn't realize that the ATR was so low. So the ATR being super low like that, it makes sense that price kind of consolidated here a bit, came down, and then came right back up. But normally for the breakout, it typically goes straight up, like right away. So it's all good. Again, we're looking for some official entries over here. Looks like this low's been pretty much replaced with this one over here. So I'm gonna take that off and we'll continue looking for another opportunity here as price moves along. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said it might be a decent NFP week. Yeah, hope so. Let's see. Drew's asking me if FOMC's tomorrow. Let me check the news calendar for tomorrow. So tomorrow we have Jolt's job openings. We have Case-Shiller home price index. We have a lot of housing news. I don't see any FOMC tomorrow. I could be wrong, but yeah, I don't see any FOMCs on Wednesday, actually. It's usually on Wednesday, Drew. So over here on Wednesday, you guys can see FOMC, the Fed rate, the Fed interest rate decision, and the Fed press conference. So FOMC is actually on Wednesday. It's usually on a Wednesday. It's kind of weird because it's during NFP. Usually it's like the third week of the month. So I guess this year they kind of changed it. It's a different date now. But before it was usually like the third Wednesday of every week. For this one here, it looks like it's technically the last Wednesday, which is on the 31st. Yeah, we'll see. It's usually on a Wednesday though. So good to know. Thanks for the heads up now that I know, because I didn't realize it was this week either. And now we're on notice that it's going to be happening this week. So we got a lot of stuff happening this week. We have NFP, we have FOMC, we have, it's going to be basically the first month or the first week of the month, February. A lot of stuff going on. There's a double wick rejection over here. Thanks, Nick, for the heads up. Now we're just looking for the one on the bottom. Let's see, Camo said, I think it's smart to take a new strategy with your TFF since you can YOLO it. I like how you're taking V3s on your futures account. Yeah, exactly, Camo. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So, I try to separate the YOLO trades or the speculative trades with the speculative accounts, and then the the A+ setups with my Apex. Because I'm looking at Apex as a long-term platform for me. So, back then it was FTMO. Now that FTMO is not accepting US clients, I gotta find another. Well, I already found one, Apex, which is going to be my long-term trading platform for funding, at least as of now, until anything else comes up. But I'll always keep you guys in the loop with whatever we end up going through. Steven's gonna sign up to TFF now. Steven says he doesn't trust Apex for some reason because he keeps blowing his account. Guys, you guys have to understand, when you keep blowing your account, it's not the broker, guys, it's you, right? Steven, he'll pass an account within a day because he takes really, really risky trades, but he doesn't understand the trailing drawdown rule, and he also doesn't understand that the broker's not the problem. So just keep that in mind, guys. Maddie said, Buddy doesn't trade Apex because he traded gold and news. Yeah, no, it's all good, guys. So some people will learn a certain way. They'll learn eventually, hopefully, at some point. But yeah, it's fine. If you guys don't want to use Apex, it's completely fine. I think Apex is a great platform. I like that they have the copier function with them because with my social trader tool. So with this tool over here that I use, guys, to copy my trades. So with this tool here, it's called Social Trader Tools, what I use for MT4. I used to pay I still pay about 300 to 400 bucks a month to have my trades copied, which is not bad because if you're winning, you're gonna make enough to cover that cost, right? But for someone who's not able to cover that cost, this copier is very expensive. So I like the fact that NinjaTrader has their own copier, or you pay a one-time fee of 100 or 200 bucks, and then you kind of use it on as many accounts as you like. That's one of the things that I like. So, I think moving forward, once I get my licensing and stuff like that to open a hedge fund, I can just basically add you guys to my copier I add people to my copier on Apex or on NinjaTrader. So it just makes more sense for me to trade with them and grow with them long term. Because if I do want to go through the hedge fund route, it's gonna be easier for me to copy trades on the Apex versus say something like MetaTrader 4. It's just a different type of platform. So again, guys, unfortunately, I was looking at that too. A lot of you guys mentioned there's a double body that was setting up here. If this candle closed green, it'd be a double body, but unfortunately it didn't. So there's no double body here. And again, price is just going sideways. You guys can see the ATR down below is just getting lower and lower. It's now at 10, which is extremely low. I don't ever really I don't even remember seeing it this low during the holidays. I'm surprised it's this low right here. Let's see, the news over here at 7 o'clock or 7:30 is medium impact. This is the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. Hopefully this will push price around because it looks like it's a big jump. You can see from last month, it was negative 9.3. The consensus for this month is going to be negative 23. So it's a big jump between negative 9 to negative 23. And hopefully this will push price, in one direction or the other. But the ATR here is extremely low. These candles look like they're moving, but if you measure the candles, they're not really moving very much. Right? There's like maybe one big candle, but every other candle is like less than 10 points. They're like 2 points, which is nothing. It's like if you were to zoom out, so right here it looks big, but if you zoom out to like these other candles, it's actually barely moving right now. Normal ATRs are around 15. It's currently at 11:10 right now. Super, super slow for a Monday. It's just kind of unusual. Oh, we'll see. It might pick up. It's looking like it's starting to pick up here as we get closer to news. If price decides to shift to the downside, that's completely fine. We'll start looking for some sells. But we just need to confirm that the trend here starts to shift with the pivots. It's attempting to shift, but it's not there yet. So, this can easily just swing right back up, right? There's no telling. All right. Natasha did Steven listen to Sean. It's all good, guys. Some people will make their own choices. I'll try to help you guys as much as possible, but I think one of the biggest problem with a lot of people is like when they try to swing trade on Apex, like it's almost impossible, guys. You can't really swing trade with Apex unless you're taking really, really small contract sizes, because of the trailing drawdown rule. So I'll probably make a video on that eventually at some point. I think that's gonna be the real problem for a lot of people. It's the trailing drawdown rule. But if you're trading these scalp strategies, they shouldn't be a big deal because we don't really go to drawdown that heavily. So it's not really gonna affect us. We're usually in and out of the positions pretty quickly. All right, so we got some profits here from Surin. Surin locked in a total profit of 341 for the day. Nice work, Surin. You guys are killing it today. A lot of you guys here are locking in some pretty good profits for Monday, of course. These are Surin's profits. We got some more profits over here from Johnny. Johnny locked in a total profit of, let's see, locked in 800 per account. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 accounts right there. So 800 times 11, locked in 8,800 for the day. Nice work, Johnny. Damn, Johnny's killing it on his Apex accounts. 8,000 for the day for Johnny. We have Gian over here, total profit of 620. Nice work, Gian. All wins as well. And that's about it for now. So we'll continue looking for opportunity here, but there's just nothing for us to take. Looks like the trend is starting to kind of shift to the downside, which is completely fine. Man, one thing that I hate about my computer, guys, is that I get a pop-up like almost every minute. I don't know if maybe there's a way to turn it off on here, but I get pop-ups like all day, especially during the live session, and it's super annoying. I know on on Mac you have like a Mac app or a notifications tab that you can turn off, but on the computer it's like for every platform, like it's asking me to update like literally everything every single day, and it's super annoying. I don't know if anybody knows how to fix that. I just gotta play with the computer. I never play with it, so I don't know how to do anything on here. But I get a notification. Like right now, I just got a notification. It said like because it's a gaming laptop, it's like, oh, you need to like update your games, but I don't play any games on here. And I'll try to figure it out. But yeah, let me just do it right now since thanks, Eunice. Eunice said I can turn on notifications in the settings. Let me see if I can find that. Notifications. All right, perfect. It's gonna turn. Okay. Thanks, Eunice. Huge thank you to you. It's crazy. I just bought this laptop and I get notifications every single day, like every 5 minutes. All right, turn off all my notifications, turn off my system update. Looks like we got a V1 pattern right here, guys, but the trend is starting to shift to the downside, so we might not be able to even really use this. All right, so we have a lower low right here. It has a V1 pattern. However, the trend here is shifting to the downside, so I don't think we can really use this because we're not really going to look for any buys here at the moment, which is fine. We'll just use this as structure. And then, I just realized we can still use, or never mind, I guess it's not going to work out because we already have a sell signal here, but we do have a hot double top over here as well, or double wick. This just wasn't a breakout V3 continuation pattern. Yeah, let's see. Kenny said volatility is low because everyone is saving their ammo. It's NFP week and one of the biggest earnings weeks of the year. Yeah, exactly, Kenny. That's kind of what I was thinking too. Um, I agree 100%. NFP plus the earnings, a lot of people are just waiting for that stuff to be released. Once it's released, especially the earnings this week, people are going to start dumping their positions into the market. We got news right here in about 2 minutes, which hopefully it'll push price around. I'm hoping we get something like this where price kind of pushes up a little bit. It gives a V1 pattern, and then it comes right back down. Hoping we get something like that. If we get something like that, that'll be great because then we'll have the setup here and we'll have the trend already shifted as well. So we'll see. We'll see where this ends up going. All right, Eunice. Eunice is done for the day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Great profits for the day. We got some more team profits here. We have Narith with a total profit of 2,815, all wins. Nice work, Narith. um, Also, guys, if you guys have not checked your email, check it. I sent out the acceptance and declines for the mentorship. So if you guys signed up for the mentorship, make sure to check your email. The emails were sent out over the weekend. So it looks like for our group here, we have, I think I accepted about like 30 or 40 people, which is it's a pretty big group. I was only planning on accepting like 10 to 20 people, but we had like over 200 to 300 applications. So I just, cut that. And then I accepted basically like 30 people. So yeah, guys, just check your email. If you guys didn't get accepted, don't worry, you're pushed to the next cycle. So hopefully this mentorship goes well. And if it goes well, we'll have another cycle in the following week or not following month. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked your email, make sure to check your email and there should be directions there. I think I sent you guys a curriculum, so let's pull it up over here real quick. Yeah, I sent you guys the curriculum, so everything should be good. But again, so this is kind of like what this is kind of like what the outcome goal is for the mentorship, guys. Let's put this over here real quick. I don't know what's up with the trading view. See the trading view, there's an issue with this too. See, I'm trying to put text and it doesn't come up. I might have to just restart my computer or restart the application. It seems like a lot of the applications on my Mac are kind of like lagging today for some reason. My MC4 is lagging, my trading view. I can't even put a text on here. I was gonna try to copy my let me see if it works on here. Yeah, for some reason I can't put a text on my trading view. I think it's everybody. Okay, never mind. It's everybody. So Ryan said his text is like that. So I think it's just trading view. Trading view is kind of screwed up right now. You gotta right click it. It's weird. Yeah, it doesn't work for mine. It's all good. Thanks, Ryan, for letting me know. Here, I'll just put this here. Okay, so yeah, this thing's like never mind. I'll just post it up later, guys. I was gonna show you guys like what the outcome of the mentorship is, but I can't post any text here. Um, it's all good. I'll do it another time. Anyways, there's news right here, guys. So I'm gonna go and put news right here and then take this off. And we'll see where price goes. All right, so we don't have a V1 pattern here. I was hoping we get a V1 pattern from the upside, but we just don't have anything here. So we're looking for either a double body or double wick from the upside and then look for price to come down. Unfortunately, we didn't get the pattern here, and I'm hoping we don't get a sell signal, but it looks like we're going to get that here. So unfortunately, this is kind of, it's not going to meet the criteria. Let's go over here to our clean chart. What I'll do here is I'm just going to take off the 4-hour resistance, guys, because it's just not really helping for us here. And then I'm going to go and mark up, I'll mark up structure. Obviously, we know price is bouncing off the resistance, but let me just go and mark up structure here so that you guys can kind of see where price has been moving. All right, so you guys can see over here on our clean chart, this is kind of the structure that's been price has been moving through. Market opened right here, climbed up for a bit. You guys can see how it was within this range right here. It was in a really big range. Price came up, came down, faked out, came back into this range, came up over here for another fake out. We can probably just take this off because you can tell it's a fake out. Price came back down, and now it's starting to climb down super hard. It was ranging within here for a little bit, and now it's dropped down lower. So this is our clean chart right here. As you guys can see, it's super messy for the day. The ATR here is starting to finally pick up. It's currently at 13, which is not it's not great, but it's better than it was earlier. It was at 10, and now it's kind of picked up a bit. Typically, you want it to be around 15. But there's just nothing here. All right, so I'm gonna go and take this off. Take this off. And we're now looking for some sort of criteria here so that we can start looking for an entry. It's currently 7:34, so we have about 26 minutes till 8. This has kind of been the reoccurring theme for the past couple of weeks. If you guys have noticed, this is kind of what's been happening. Our entry doesn't come up until like super late, but it eventually does come up. It just takes some time for it to actually come up. I think, you know, kind of mixing in the breakout with our criteria and with analyzing the markets is going to make a big difference because we'll have an entry that comes up a little bit earlier, and then hopefully we'll have an official entry that comes up later in the session, which is kind of what's been going on here. Yeah, Nick said 2 invalid candles in a row. Yeah, we had an invalid buy signal, invalid sell signal right here. This just indicates that there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, as you guys can tell. It's pretty obvious, but if you guys couldn't tell here, there's not really much of a direction. Going over here to our clean chart, you can see it's a lot more obvious, right? Price comes up, comes down. You can see the fake out right here, right? I mean, if you took this zone off right here, you can see that price was actually in a big range. So I think it's better this way, right? You guys can see how the big range kind of plays through right here. I mean, just depending on how you guys want to mark the market. For me personally, I think it's better to just have this taken off. You guys can see the big range, the fake out. It comes back down to this area right here. And then we'll see if price actually stays down here. If price ends up climbing back up, then what I'll do here is I'll take this off. And you guys will just see that this is another fake out, right? So you kind of just have to plug and play, identify what you're looking for in the market. And as you can see over here, there's just not much direction. It looks like there might be a fake out right here, or there might not, right? Depending if price pulls back into here, which is what's currently happening, it looks like the new range is actually within this area right here. So price, sorry, 1 second, guys. Price was in this big range right here, faked out, came back into the range, came down, and now it can pull back into this range right here. So you just got to be patient and wait for the setups here. Obviously it's just a matter of time until it does happen, but at the moment, there's just nothing here right now. Here's my Forex trade. My Forex trade is currently in profit, 237. Still running from last week. I just swing trade for Forex now, guys. I don't really like being on the charts for Forex. I just swing trade it, let it run, and then I come back and check on it within a couple of days. Pretty much I check all my positions at the end of every day. And then if I need to make adjustments, I'll make adjustments. If not, I just hang on to them. So it's good to know where I'm at. But all right, so we have a new high here getting established. This is perfectly fine. I'm just going to be looking for that double body, double wick. Once we get that, we'll see if price comes down from there. All right, so we're just waiting for the pattern here to set up. Natasha said, "This is torture, Sean. I want to take this. I want to trade the strategy I see, but I'm only taking official trades. Not seeing the charts made it easier for me not to take trades. But now that I can see the charts, I have to restrain myself from taking trades." Yeah, I know it's tough, right, Natasha? Natasha did pretty good trading on her phone, which is, I think she's like the only person I know who actually does really well trading on her phone consistently. But Natasha today, she's on the charts, so she's actually watching the charts, and she's tempted to take a lot of these riskier trades, which sometimes it's tough. I mean, if that's the case, Natasha, and it starts to mess with your trading, then you should probably just go back to your phone. That's what kind of sucks about going from one platform to another. If you go from computer trading to phone trading, and you get really good at phone trading, then it's really hard to go back to computer trading because then you start to revenge trade, FOMO trade, and stuff like that. So I mean, whatever works best for you guys, stick to that, or whatever keeps you profitable. I think that's a real thing to keep in mind. Not exactly what works best for you, but whatever you're doing that keeps you profitable. That's what you should stick to. So let's see if my text button works now. Yeah, my text button still doesn't work. Let me see if I can just post this on here. Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay, so here is the outcome of the mentoring program, guys. So for you guys who got accepted to the mentoring program, this is basically the outcome that I'm aiming for a lot of you guys, or basically everybody. All right, so let's make it a little bigger. There's no entries right now, so don't worry, guys. You guys are not missing out on anything here. But for you guys who did get accepted to the mentoring program, as you guys know, I don't really mentor or teach anymore. I used to teach a lot, a couple years ago and mentor, but I don't really mentor anymore. So every year I try to mentor a group of you guys and try to get you guys to that next level. And this is pretty much the outcome of the program. The program is for 3 months. It's a 3-month mentorship from February up until May. Basically, not everybody has to do this, but this is kind of the timeline that I'm looking for a lot of people. I'm looking for everyone to either open, it doesn't have to be Apex, but open some sort of account, follow directions and only take live trades during live sessions. Like for example, today, there's no official trades that we've taken. So it's really just building your discipline and consistency not to take trades when they're not available. And then hopefully within the first month, you'll pass your evaluation, whether it be Apex or any other company, and become funded within 1 or 2 months of mentoring program. Basically with Apex, you need 15 to 18 winning trades to pass with conservative risk, which is basically what I'm doing, right? I'm taking like 10 contract to 12 contracts, not making a crazy amount of profit. And we're not taking a crazy amount of trades, but it's about following the A+ setup. So it's really about just following the A+ setups every single day and not really getting FOMO to force any trades. So like hopefully within the first 2 months, you'll get funded. And then once you're funded, you should be approximately profiting, 500 or 600 profit per winning trade. This is like using small risk. You add that up, this is just one account. You add that up, that's 2.5 thousand per week, it's 10,000 a month, 120,000 a year. That's just one account. The end goal of this mentorship, moving forward, once the 3 months are done and you guys are on your own, the end goal is to get 20 funded accounts with Apex, right? Because that's your max account that you can have with Apex. And then at that point, with one single trade, you can make about 10,000 to 12,000 per trade, depending on your risk. So you can see how it adds up very quickly. And then, one quality trade a day times 20 accounts can yield you approximately like 50K a week, 200K a month, 2.4 million a year. These are just numbers that I'm putting out there. If you take like one trade a day or 2 trades a day, and this is like what's possible. So this is kind of the outcome of the mentorship. And this is kind of what I'm hoping that a lot of you guys get to. Even if you just have one account, this is the one account that you can lock in, right? I think this is pretty good because this is more than what a lot of people make per day working. And this is just one trade. So for example, if you start to factor in the new breakout strategy right here, then your profit potential, it just, it grows exponentially because instead of going for 100 pips, or instead of going for 10 points, you're going for 25 points. This is basically 2 trades in one trade, and it's a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So your profitability goes up a lot once you start to factor in either one trade or 2 trades or, whatever it may be. But again, that's the goal for the mentorship. So again, if you guys didn't check your email because the mentorship starts this week. So I think this Sunday, we're having orientation. We're going to be covering pretty much the curriculum, or we're going to be covering stuff like that. Review the strategies, the indicators, whatever questions you guys have. And then starting next week on February 5th, that's going to be the first day of mentorship. So yeah, exactly. And Drew said it's fire having multiple people in a group with the same mindset and goal. Yeah. So like during this whole mentorship, everybody's going to be on the same mindset and same goal. So like everybody's going to be helping each other get better. I know during the first couple weeks, you're probably gonna make a lot of mistakes. You're probably still gonna FOMO, revenge trade, stuff like that. But over time, you're gonna get better because everybody's gonna be keeping you in line. So that's pretty much what it is. It's just following the trading plan. Like, so for today, guys, you guys can see there's no official entries that came up. So, I mean, technically, if we're looking at official entries, I haven't taken anything today. I haven't taken any losses. I haven't taken any wins. I took one speculative trade here, but that's only for testing purposes with my TFFs. But for my Apex, they're pretty much flat right now. I have no trades for the day, and I'm okay with that. I think that's the big thing that we want to get out of this mentorship as well, is that you can be okay with not taking a trade every single day, right? Some days you'll have more trades than others. Some days you'll have 1, 2, 3 trades. Some days you'll have 0, right? It's just up to what the market gives you at the time. And this mentorship is basically going to help you guys understand that. Because I feel with a lot of people, you just feel the need to trade every single day, right? It doesn't matter if there's a setup or if there is a setup. You just need to take one trade a day, right? And I think that's kind of the thing that hurts the majority of people, because that one trade could mean the difference between setting you back for the week or setting you up for the week. So yeah, for me, no trades for the day. Um, yeah, exactly. Drew said been at it for a year now and it gets better. It gets better only if you get better, right, Drew? Because I know some people like like Steven over here. He's been trading with us for like a couple years. Well, he's been on and off, so he hasn't been consistent. But there's some people that it doesn't get better because they don't get better. You have to get better yourself too. You can't just keep doing the same thing year over year and expect to get better at things, right? You have to make adjustments. You have to journal your trades. That's one thing too. So I think I have everything. Where's the Yeah, so here's the curriculum. I'll just show you guys the curriculum here. It's not really a big deal that I show you guys because not everybody was accepted anyways. The acceptance letters are already out. So if you guys didn't get accepted, it's fine, wait for the next one. But this is what the curriculum looks like. And don't worry, you guys are not missing out on any trades. We're looking for a V1 pattern to come up from the top side and come back down, right? So until we have this here, there's not going to be any entries for us. And I'm still looking at the chart. So I know I'm going off topic to talk about the mentorship, but there's no entries here to take to begin with. So this is what the curriculum looks like. We're going to focus on two strategies for the mentorship. It's just the breakout V3 continuation with confluence and the V1 variation with confluence. That's pretty much it. We're going to be journaling all of our trades. So every trade is going to be journaled, pretty much all the official trades and all the trades that you guys end up FOMOing into and stuff like that, just to get you guys on the right track. For the first month, we're going to meet every day after the live session. So for example, right now we have a live session going on. Once this live session is done, we're going to get together with a private group for the people who are part of the mentoring program, and we'll cover pretty much everything. We'll cover all the trades that came up officially, all the trades that were avoided, the trades that you identified. We're going to make sure that you guys understand the difference between, good and bad entries. We're going to input the entries into the trade journal so that you guys can see. You guys have seen my trade journal here. This is what it looks like. We're pretty much going to just get together, put all the trades together, make sure everyone lines up. If you guys do take bad trades, you're going to have them on the journal and you're going to put notes there, why you took the trade, how you took it, why did it lose, why did it win? And then you're going to understand, okay, I took this trade because of FOMO, right? Like I took this trade because I saw something happening and I just took it randomly. You're going to put a note there so that tomorrow and every other week and every other month, you're going to understand, okay, I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have taken that trade, even though it won or even though it lost. I should not have taken that because it wasn't part of the trading plan. Trading plan for this mentorship is these two strategies, and that's pretty much it. So, expectations after month one, everyone should be able to properly identify entries, understand the difference between good and bad trades, be able to consistently journal all entries. That's going to be like month one. Month two will meet a little less. It's like training wheels come off and everybody kind of does their thing, but I'll still check in with you guys every week. At this point, everyone should see improvement in their trade psychology, ability to avoid bad trades due to rushed entries, FOMO, revenge trading, and see profitability by the end of the month on a weekly basis. So hopefully by month two, everybody should be profitable. Like every week should be a profitable week, green week every single week. And then by month three, everyone should be super confident, only taking A+ setups, have full control over trade psychology, and see consistent profitability every day and every week. And then by the end of the month, hopefully everyone's funded. Everyone's making good profit. And then by then I'll decide if I want to start a new group. So it's going to be a long 3 months. So, it's going to be beneficial for pretty much all of us, but we'll see. Yeah, Drew said he had so many ups and downs, finally started listening. Yeah, no, that's really what it is, guys. It's just listening, following your trading plan, and not making more mistakes than you need to. Let's see. Kenny said, is there going to be any accountability procedure like screenshotting the account metrics and inputting them into the spreadsheet with your trades? Yeah. So if you guys were accepted to the program and you guys signed up and stuff like that, there's actually a group right here that I have. It's a separate group under premium. It's called mentorship. And this is where everybody who's in the mentoring program will be. So not everybody's going to see this, only people who are part of the mentoring group. This is where, you guys are going to post your profits, post your spreadsheets and stuff like that. I'm not gonna force everybody to like share stuff like that, Kenny. I think it's a great idea, but some people just feel uneasy with that. But for accountability reasons, yeah, I'm gonna request that people do that. Take a screenshot of your metrics to show me and to show everybody that you're not screwing up, right? Because the only way to fix that is if you guys get checked, right? You need to be in line. You need to be in check, like with everybody else. That like not everybody in the group is going to be doing well, and then one person's screwing up, right? We're going to make sure everybody's doing well, and if whoever is screwing up, we're going to have to work on them to be more accountable and to stop making those mistakes. So yeah, Kenny, we're going to try to do that, but not everybody's comfortable with doing stuff like that, whether it be fear of being chewed out by the group. But I think that's a good thing, right? It's a good thing to be chewed out by the group, because if not, you're not going to make any changes. You're going to keep making the same mistakes and you're not going to get any better. So yeah, Kenny. But yeah, once you guys are like fully in the group and we have our orientation, I will be putting you guys into this Discord group. And this is where we'll be sharing. So you guys can see I have the month-year mentorship, February 2024. If we decide to continue doing this, there'll be another mentorship group for 2020 or for May or whatever, and it'll just keep continuing from there, so that you guys can just follow your group and see how everybody progresses. All right, guys, it's 7:52 right now. Unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to have any official entries. If you guys took a breakout, great. We'll do this again tomorrow. So if we don't have an official entry, you guys can maybe try to make a move on the breakout, which I think will be good. It's typically been good for all the testing I've been doing. It's actually really good than what I was expecting, but I mean, we'll continue testing as we move along. But let's see if there's anything else here. So there's some more team profits here from Ross. Ross locked in a couple more, total profit of 8,694 for the day. Nice work, Ross. The solid profits right there. And other than that, we'll see if there's anything else here. But for the most part, let's go here to the clean chart. You guys can see there's not much going on here. Price just faked out and it pulled back into the range. So price is pretty much ranging between these two zones right here. And it's faking out on both sides. So you can see price comes up a little bit, fakes out, pulls back in, fakes out up here, pulls back in, fakes out down here, pulls back in. This is pretty much where price is stuck within this range. Fakes out on both sides and then comes right back into the range. There's no V1 patterns here, so there's no reversal patterns for us to really look for. And it's getting close to 8 o'clock. So as you guys know, my trading plan is to not trade after 8 o'clock. I know last Friday we identified something that happened after 8 o'clock. I didn't take the trade, of course, because it was out of my trading plan. But for the most part, we try to stick to what our plan is for the day. So my plan is to trade between 6:30 and 8. If there's no official entries, then I'm good. I'm also going to be testing the breakout, which is going to be speculative on a different account. But for my Apex, I'm only taking official trades. So I can show you guys, the whole process from A to Z of, taking official trades and getting funded eventually. It's going to take a while for me to get funded, maybe a whole month or 2 months, but eventually I am going to get funded on those accounts, and I'll show you guys that it's possible just by taking, official entries. So guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. It's 7:54 right now, so it's getting really close to 8 o'clock. I'm not expecting any entries to come up from now until then. We have 6 minutes till 8. I'm not expecting price to come up, give me a V1 pattern, and then entry within a 6-minute period, right? It's not possible. It's odds of that happening are like slim to none, because it's going to take some time for price to actually push up. The unfortunate thing here is that the volatility is so low, so that we're not able to get those patterns, right? If the volatility was higher, yeah, if we could possibly get price to spike up, give us a V1 real quick and come down, right? Give us the pattern that we're looking for. However, since the market's so slow right now, we're probably just going to get a sideways movement from now until 8. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. If there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to reach out. If there's any other profits that you guys want to post up, feel free to post them up as well. We pretty much have everybody's profits here so far. These are the only profits I locked in across 2 of my TFF accounts. I might add on my other 2 TFFs to take these trades, and then we'll pretty much go from there. So All right, guys, if there's any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. Unfortunately, there was no official entries, but again, tomorrow we'll do the same thing. Look for official entries for my Apex, and then from over here, we'll look for the breakout. So there'll be something there for whoever wants to take those trades. But for now, we'll just wrap this up and we'll call it a day. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. If you guys have questions,